Financial fraud is evolving, and so must your awareness. Online payments and banking systems have made it easy for us not just to shop from any location but also complete major transactions and investments daily. All this can be done from anywhere, anytime, in just a few clicks. As a result of technology improvements, customers' banking services have been transformed. Banks provide services via electronic media such as the internet, mobile banking, ATMs, and so on to deliver a rich user experience without the need to visit the bank. However, one wrong click on the web or on your smartphone may land you straight into the hands of unscrupulous fraudsters, waiting like vultures to catch you unexpectedly and steal all your money. Well, in this modern world, no one is safe from falling into such traps. Be it the president of a country or a layman, awareness of how to identify and stay away from these treacheries can help us dodge the bullet and avoid major financial losses.
Online job frauds are something that we hear then and there, which makes it very essential for us to be aware of it. Nowadays, there are various fake job search portals out there that would seem legit and would ask for our bank details, saying that they have to credit some money in our account as a reward. And we end up giving all our credentials that are supposed to be confidential. These scammers then take ultimate advantage of our details, and we would end up here as victims with nothing. And there are cases where these frauds portray themselves as officials or managers and would mandate the payment of money, saying it's a training fee. But here, as wise people, we should know that no genuine company would ask for any money, and we should refrain from making payments on unknown websites. And now, talking about precautions, we must keep the following points in mind. The first one, the higher the pay, the higher the risk is involved. And number two, be aware if they promise a higher commission, because it's no way possible for them to pay at such a higher rate without making actual sales. And the third point, please don't fall for the fake high pay promises these schemes make. And I know it sounds enticing and fun, but they are not in real life. And the fourth point is, moreover, accepting money from these schemes is an offense under the Price Chit and Money Circulation Act of 1978. In case you come across any such offers, it's your responsibility to take immediate action by lodging a complaint to your state police.
Lottery scam. Now, who wouldn't want to win lakhs or crores of money, a brand new luxury car, or the chance to go on a fully paid for vacation abroad? Now, we've all come across these SMS, text messages, phone calls, emails, letters claiming that we have now won the lottery or a prize. But in reality, we haven't won anything at all. This is in fact just another scam. But how do we really know if it is a scam? Because there are many lotteries and sweepstakes that really are real. The easiest way to identify it is that you are usually asked to pay a certain sum of money to claim your prize. If not a certain sum of money, it is usually paying taxes upfront, processing fees or shipping charges, etc. etc. Now, when you have made this payment, most people then only realize that there is in fact no prize at all, and that all they have done at the end of the day is lost some money rather than gain a lot of it. Now, most people fall prey to this kind of scam because the amount that they ask you to pay is in fact just a small percentage of the prize money. So most people don't mind paying that money. So it's really important that you are always extra careful and that you exercise good judgment when it comes to such messages and offers.
You may have the best and the most costly mobile, but it may not prevent your data being stolen with so much ease as ever before. What one needs is just a charging station with power connectivity and a cable. To execute a juicejacking attack, malicious fraudsters take control of the USB charging gear in places such as the airports, cafes, shopping malls and other public spaces and they secretively copy sensitive data, including your passwords, files, contacts, and photos. Juicejacking possesses a particularly high risk, especially to businesses, as any illegally obtained business critical information may be sold to a competitor for a fat price. Hackers also sell previously modified charging devices, which become an instrument for eavesdropping or malware injection. So what must we do to avoid all this jacking? Never use cables someone left connected to public USB charging kiosks. Use USB accessories from trusted manufacturers only. Abstain from using free USB charging cables that come with promo bundle kits because they might be riddled with malware. Decline data transfer requests that appear when you start a charging session. And last but not the least, carry your own power bank.
Fraudulent loans with forged documents. These fraudulent loans are provided by a person or an entity by creating a forged document in order to get any sort of services from financial institution. This activity can mainly take place during the process of sharing KYC, that is, know your customer related details, to any specific entity. This fraudulent activity can also happen if any NBFC employees, such as people who work in investment banks or insurance company, when those employees don't clearly verify the authenticity of the document provided by the customer, it can also lead to fraudulent. Fraud loans are also sanctioned due to identity theft. Every minute, 19 people fall victim to identity theft. In India, identity theft contributes the largest to theft activities. The documents that we submit for availing loans like housing loan, vehicle loan and consumer loan, by submitting our title deeds and income tax return and our salary certificates, are mostly found to be fake and fictitious and are even possible to be misappropriated and forged. After listening to all this outbreak of fraudulent loans, there are still some simple precautions that could help us stay away from these fraudulent loans. The first, as a customer, we need to be very alert and careful while providing KYC or any kind of personal details. The second, while providing any personal details about us, we need to be very sure if we are providing it to the authorized or verified email IDs.
The QR code scam.
The explosion of smartphones and multiple modes of payments through apps on the rise, scammers have now resorted to faking the popular quick response QR codes to fraudulently extract money from different people. Now, you may receive a message or an email stating that on scanning a QR code, you will then receive a certain sum of money. But in reality, what ends up happening that on scanning that code, money is not deposited into your account and instead it is withdrawn from your account and deposited into the account of the scammer. Now, this is because QR codes almost always have some embedded account details which automatically ends up transferring money from your account to the other account on scanning it.
Let's talk about another way financial fraudsters get access to personal data, through unverified or unknown mobile apps. We all use different types of apps on our devices, and it is of no surprise that these become agents for fraudsters as well. Most often, these apps are disguised under authentic names to lure users into downloading malicious software. Once this is done, all the data on your device becomes easily accessible to the fraudsters. Several cases of online payment scams have been recorded by the RBI in the past year alone, where confidential information like the PIN number, account details, etc. were shared through unverified applications. It is not only through this, but also through screen sharing apps that make your device vulnerable to such fraudulent activity. Users are tricked into sharing their screens, which makes it very easy for these frauds to watch and control your device and later use this information to make online payments. It has been noted that these applications are often shared and downloaded through links on different social media platforms. How do we protect ourselves from such situations? We need to always avoid downloading apps from circulated links or unknown sources and never share your KYC details or device screen with unknown people. Next up, let's talk about card skimming. We all must have come across the term card skimming, right? It's when your information is illegally stolen through the magnetic strip in your ATM card. Fraudsters have been observed to install skimming devices in ATM machines, which makes this possible, and your PIN is stolen through the pinhole cameras or dummy keypads. Some even pretend to be customers and observe your PIN while you enter it. With the information, scammers have multiple options to take advantage. Your card can be cloned and used by said fraudsters, or it can even lead to identity theft. It is very important to be vigilant in the ATM booths and keep a lookout for attached devices or signs of tampering. Always cover the keypad while entering your PIN and never share your card details with anyone.
Do you have any idea about money circulation or Ponzi or multi-level marketing schemes fraud? Well, these schemes promise easy or quick money upon enrollment or adding of its members. These schemes, apart from paying just high returns, it also pays the first few installments to ensure confidence from the public as well as to ensure and attract more investors. These schemes want more and more people and entice them with all sorts of gimmicks to make them fall prey to such schemes. Here, commission is paid to the enroller rather than the commission from the sale of products. Hence, due to this way these schemes are designed, it has resulted in unsustainability. In the end, sadly, all the investors would be at loss as the fraudsters would have already closed the scheme and escaped with all their money.
Let's talk about phishing. Phishing. The aspiring phisher builds a fake website which looks like existing genuine websites, and they generate links which they further circulate through SMS, emails, social media and ads with the intention of tricking victims into entering login credentials, banking information or both, which the phisher then has access to. So now let's see where people got phished. Opening a phishing email. Nick's email debacle. So Nick was receiving emails from his bank telling him to update his banking information. He logged into the bank's website and changed the credentials. The very next day, he found out his savings were wiped clean. So never open a phishing email. Look for some red flags on the email ID and hyperlink. Fake links generally imitate established websites, often by adding unnecessary words and domains.
Phishing. Now, we all know what phishing is, but have you ever heard of vishing? So, vishing is a cybercrime where fraudsters often use savvy social engineering tactics to trick and convince their victims to give up private and confidential information. They may ask for your personal information such as your account number, login details, passwords, your PIN codes and etc. This is done so that they can gain some kind of access to your accounts. The caller often pretends to be calling from the government, the tax department, your bank, the insurance company, or sometimes even your place of work. They then create a sense of urgency and pressurize you into immediately sharing confidential details, citing that it is for an emergency. So always be on guard when you receive such phone calls and never share such information with others. Also, keep yourself updated about the latest cyber crimes and ensure that all your accounts and devices are under maximum security and safety.
Now that we've had a look at the fraudulent activities that are going on around us and are well aware of how to identify and prevent them, let's conclude this video with some quick tips for you to keep in mind to avoid such fraudulent schemes and scams. Be wary of suspicious looking pop-ups that appear during your browsing sessions. Always check for a secure payment gateway, that is a URL with the padlock symbol, before you make your online payments. Keep your PIN, password, credit or debit card number and CVV always private. Avoid saving card details on websites, public laptops, desktops, etc. Turn on the two-factor authentication wherever the facility is available. Change your passwords at regular intervals. And do not store passwords or confidential information on unknown devices. Always verify the security of the page in case an email or an SMS link is getting redirected. Thank you so much for watching this video. We hope you found it informative and useful. If you enjoyed it, click on the like button and leave a comment below. To watch more of our videos, subscribe to our channel. Thank you.